Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
Wow, you're just waking up? It's the afternoon. Well, you're in luck. We've got a show for you. Now here's your hosts, Tiffany Masters and Michael Sartain.
Hey guys, guess what? We made it a whole nother week. Everybody is alive. They apparently had a lot of fun without me last Wednesday while I was in Dallas watching the Cowboys get their ass kicked. And we have another week of waking up in Vegas here in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining us. This is the #1 show that you're going to find about social media, dating, and Las Vegas. And we have a very, very special guest today. Guys, there she is right there.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm actually the very special guest today because I made it through Thanksgiving. And we missed you last week, Michael. We did.
Did you?
Good times over there, I hope, in
yeah,
Dallas.
I ate a lot of very bad food, and I'm trying to recover from it right now. And now I have to go on a cruise into the Gulf.
Today we have Miss Tabitha Stevens, who was or is the Hall of Famer in the adult industry. Congratulations on that.
I'm the Hall of Famer. Yeah.
I need a mic check on her.
I'm a Hall of Famer. Can you hear me?
How many? Is there? I don't even know a lot about this. So I imagine there is an adult video Hall of Fame. How does that work? Does it?
You have to be nominated to be put into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And you have to be in for I think it's 10 years at least.
Okay.
And just be well known because there's so many people that come in and out of the business.
Is there like they do with baseball and basketball? You retire and then there's a certain number of certain time you're out and then they put you in.
No, you don't even have to be retired.
Oh,
it's
okay.
not. It's just you serve your time. It's like jail. It's like jail. You serve your time.
You know, you have an award show that you're doing this evening over at Light this evening over at Mandalay Bay.
Yes.
And we were talking about getting these awards. Congratulations to our producer who won the Work Hard, Play Hard.
Yes, George is getting a Work Hard, Play Hard award tonight, which is a big well, I'm not going to give it away what it is, okay, what the award is going to be. You definitely need to come and watch that because George is going to be half naked, drunk, on top of our table at some point tonight, singing.
G-strings and all.
Yes.
Right.
We're back at Beachers.
Yeah. You
but her interesting story about these awards is you actually had to pay for your award at AVN.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if this happened years and years ago. I can't remember. I've won awards before, but I never really got them, which was weird. But this is
that just actually I won an award about a month and a half ago, and the exact same thing happened.
But you know why?
They wanted $60-70 for me to pay for a plaque.
Yeah, and of a plexiglass plaque, and it's like, but when you're on, this is what I don't understand. When you're taking photos with these awards, so are they like generic awards, and then it's like, okay, give it back.
No, they're holding your award hostage that they've already engraved.
Well,
for
it's
you.
like the Oscar. Don't they keep it for a year and then they pass it on the next year, or is that not true?
Well, there's a
I
bunch
know
of
the
them,
actual
right?
real
Right.
one they don't keep.
Yeah.
They give you. They
I think
send
they
one
had
in
to
the mail
buy
or
them
something.
too. I think the Telly Awards, the big awards, you have to buy those.
That's amazing.
Because my husband won a bunch of Telly Awards, and I think he had to buy his. And then he got tired of buying them. So he's like, I already know I won. I don't want to buy these anymore.
George, you are not going to have to buy this award tonight.
Y'all don't have to worry about that.
In fact, you will be able to consume this award. I will. That's the only hint that I'm going to give you.
One.
Yes.
Wow.
On December 17th, we have another award that's coming out for our social media personalities in Las Vegas. December 17th, we'll be broadcasting live from Hearthstone over at the Red Rock.
I need to get on social media. I need to get it so I can get one of these awards. I really need to get on there.
And these, Santa actually has a gift for everyone, and they're lots and lots of fun. Today we are going to be hitting on some topics that are about online dating and the issues that we have with people sending us messages on how to pick people up in nightmares of online dating.
Yes.
We may have one of your fans call in later and share some of their stories of online dating. I have a little nightmare of myself that just happened yesterday, where a particular member had contacted our community and said, because I own LasVegasBucketList.com, and says, hey, babe, why don't we do something off our bucket list that's not like skydiving? Like, if you ever want to be with another man, like 2 men.
It's not like skydiving. It's 2 men at the same time.
Or
it's
be
not
with
like
another
skydiving.
girl, hit me up. And he sent this to thousands of people. And so my apologies to you. I do not represent that at all. And I'm coming after you. And it's a fine line, too, because now with Facebook and social media dating, how do you properly ask them out? Like, what is something terrible? You're not a big fan of doing Facebook because of all the instrument picks.
Not just
Instrument,
that. Yes.
Unit picks.
Yes, the
Unit
unit
picks,
picks.
the members.
The members only. No, actually, I get more of those on Twitter. I don't like people being able to write vulgar things on my wall. And now I guess it's been changed. But still, my family's on that. So I try to keep Facebook different. Twitter, I like. But, when you see those avatars and you're like, really? Like, your member? I don't need to remember your member. How about that? I've seen enough members in my life.
Didn't a member ask you for a bottle of wine to go get some wine with him, Tabitha?
Oh, yeah. By the way, we have we've shunned away from using, well, I could say penis. These words. We're trying to keep this more G-rated. Yes, focus.
You're not focusing.
And we get many, many pictures of genitalia that is sent to us. And one of them sent me a message saying, and it was just his genitalia, that said, I'd like to have a bottle of wine with you up in Red Rock area one night. Come over here to this wine place. And I replied to him, you're a penis. How do you drink wine? So there are certain things that you need to do when it comes to profiles and how to approach a woman. There's a lot of creepers out there.
Yes.
And then some just are misinformed, brand new to Match.com or Tinder or Facebook is the biggest
honestly,
dating.
I just found out. So Tinder is a dating site. I'm so new to this, but I like to listen to what everybody else is doing. So I date a different way. Actually, I'm married, but
that's a very different way to date.
it's a different way.
Statement.
But when I was dating, I had never done online. Just why? Because I'm Tabitha Stevens.
Yeah, no shit. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, why?
You know what would happen? No, it gets worse. You know what would happen? I'm afraid that people would be like, "Oh, just want to have sex with her." Mm-hmm. No, no. But even regular dating, I couldn't stand it because it was the same thing too. Even with celebrities, or my favorites were the ones that, oh yeah, why don't we go hang out? Okay, I'll hang out with you. Yeah, but why don't you just come to my house?
Yeah, let's have a bottle of wine before we go have dinner.
Exactly. Like, not take me out someplace. Like, no, and I'll buy dinner. I don't care. But it's just like.
So never start off a date, especially a first date, with saying, come over to my house and we'll go from here. Another one is, especially living in Las Vegas, being asked out to say, come by my room first, and then we'll head down to the club. And
I mean, okay, so there's two issues here. The first one is a lot of people, like the problem that you just mentioned, it used to be on MySpace, your friends list was public, and people would find a guy who was popular, and then another creepy guy would go through that popular guy's friends list and hit up every single girl that was on that friends list.
Right.
Promoters do that now. There's, I believe, you can make your friends list private on Facebook now, but promoters will find other guys who are promoters, and they will jack every single. They will send friend requests to every single girl on that list. It's very common. It happens a lot of time. I've had people where I tell them specifically, like, listen, if I introduce you to a female friend of mine, that doesn't mean that you need to now get on Facebook and then start saying creepy things to her. In fact, don't do that. Just let the social situation.
So what is creepy? Let's get down to that. What really creeps you out, and how do you get Tabitha Stevens' attention in a message?
I'm a very outgoing person. I like personalities. The worst thing you can ever do is just bring up anything to do with sex in the first place.
Or high sexy. That's a no-no.
Sexy's that doesn't bother me as much for me, just because
the word sex is already in the first introduction.
Well, there's a why. There's a why.
Yes, that neutralizes the sex.
Yes, it does.
It's an
does.
adjective.
It's like a little bit of vinegar on that.
It's not an adjective. It's an adjective.
It's
not
lubing
a verb.
up the hello. Okay.
But I don't like that. Yeah, and that whole anything to do with, hey baby, I'd like to meet you. I'd like to go here. And it's kind of like, No, why don't you just be cool? Just be like, hey, what's up? Oh, I work at this bar downtown. If you ever would like a drink, come on down.
Stop by. Yeah.
I'm totally cool with that. And you know what? I actually show up to places like that. I do. I'm cool like that. I love it. But it's just when they go in full force. Like, you don't go in full force ever.
Another no-no that I brought up today that I got is, and I'm sure you will get this as well. I'm not so sure about you, Michael. I'm sure you get this all the time, but you're so beautiful. I'm sure you hear it all the time. But I just, I don't say that. You're putting yourself down, and you're kind of putting us down too. Like, oh, I'm sure you're used to hearing this, but you're hot. It's insecurity.
Right. Oh, it's a funny thing? All right.
You get those?
That I get all the time. They don't use those adjectives, but something similar.
How about the ones that are like, oh, hi, sweetie. You're my favorite, porn star ever. You're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. And then you go on their page and they do it to like everybody. And
yeah,
you
see it's all like all
on every single person.
So here's the problem. So yeah, opening that way is really bad. This is a misconception that guys have, because when I was a dating coach, I would get this question about, well, I'm texting this girl and she's not texting back and what's going on. And I try to explain to them, the text message is not how she's going to become attracted to you. She was attracted to you because she met you. Then you got the text message. They asked me when I set up a date, what was the message I sent? The message is, let's go on a date. See you at 8:30. That's the only message. And they're like, I don't understand. That doesn't work for me. It's like, because you're trying to build attraction via text. You're trying to build attraction via Facebook Messenger. It doesn't work that way. That's not. And so that's the problem. There's no context. You contact Tiffany with no context. She knows nothing about you, and then you're trying to use words in order to stimulate attraction so that she'll come hang out with you. Understand that I believe that social media should supplement, not complement, your persona. So you should go out and be social and meet her personally, and then use your social media to sort of describe what a cool guy you are. The other thing I would highly recommend, guys, is there's an about section. If you are interested in a girl, learn something about them and see maybe if you have something in common. So that's usually what I do. But as far as messaging girls, the only girls that I usually message online are girls that have liked like 7 or 8 of my photos and maybe haven't contacted me before. And the only thing I'm going to say is, hey, how are you? And then
so you already know that she's taken that first step of interest.
Yeah, I mean, if she likes 7 or 8 of my, and by the way, it depends on what photos it is too. If she there was one girl that I saw for a while who was studying neuroscience, and she liked all the photos that I post about all my favorite astronomers. Every day on my favorite astronomers' birthdays, I post something about them, and she liked all those pictures. And I contacted her, and we had endless things to talk about because she was kind of a nerd like me. So that's usually who I'll contact. I tell my guy friends that I'm like, you can go onto Iconosquare and see who are the people who like your post the most, and you might be surprised. It might be somebody that you're interested in, and they've been liking all your pictures. And that may be an easy way. And if you contact someone like that, you'll find that it'll be a very easy conversation to have. And then quickly get it off of social media and get it either to the phone or meet in person in a neutral location. Don't be like, hey, come over to my place right now. And
it's more personal, it seems, like when you get to know somebody that way more. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go in and like you learn something, when you like research somebody a little bit more. It's better than just going straight in, because then at least, like you said, there's a common ground.
And don't peacock, which is a pickup artist thing. The peacocking.
Oh, that's way before pickup artist.
I would definitely say that if a girl is online and they're searching, they're not looking for the bad boy. We meet the bad boys all the time while we're out. If we're online, we're actually looking for some substance, unless it's Tinder, which is I just call the pickup site. It's whoever's in the location at that area and time.
Tell me what that does.
Totally. Tinder? Yes. Oh, that's the Mr. Clean that our friend was telling us about.
Let's get on Tinder right now.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You
go
guys
ahead
are
and hand
me.
that to me.
Sure.
You all you're going to go through my Tinder, and you're going to tell me if you think there's anybody that is worth meeting that is near us. So they're going to play this game with Tinder, mine, and he's got his.
Oh, this is
and
crazy. Okay.
We'll get ready for a caller here very shortly too.
This is exciting.
But
let me tell you something. For guys, it's not that exciting. It's a bunch of like selfies of girls, and it's cool or whatever. But for women, you guys get these really crazy dudes who send pictures of like riding horses backwards and like
Oh
dressed
yeah,
up in
holding
third
their
outfits.
bass fish.
Like dudes,
Really?
Oh,
guys,
you're about to see.
dudes go so
Do
much
not
further.
swipe right without my permission because then I'll be stuck talking to them.
Oh, no.
You
Okay.
swipe left
No, you
as
you
a
swipe.
no-no.
Okay, so, all right.
No.
See, that's like it's the same thing.
Selfie, taking a picture of yourself in the mirror with a phone,
Okay.
not so good. A professional photo, not so good. But if it's cute and it's not corny, then we'll swipe in some more.
Okay.
I'll show you my profile I have of me.
Oh, that's so
That's not
cute.
touched up. It's just me and a stuffed,
that's
you know,
nice.
like it's a big monkey
That- you
at
look
Christmas.
so pretty.
And
Oh,
then I
love
do
that
have one pro.
Yes.
It's a little on the sexy side. And then it shows a little bit of my personality.
Right.
Me with a baby kangaroo, because I'm a huge philanthropist when it comes to animals here in Vegas that I support Rosenmore. So that's my profile. So we'll go back and we'll let you swipe while I talk to our audience a little bit more and tell me if you see
Okay, so wait,
anybody that is worth going out with.
All right, so
you
wait, I
just swipe right.
I go that way.
You go, yeah, you swipe left. Swipe left.
Left. You said right. Okay.
Okay, just
No.
hit no or heart. Just right now.
So do I-
If not, they're going to be with me for a while. And you're going to see
There you
how
go.
hard it is. Now, and then I look
Ready.
for height when I go on these.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Not my really, no.
I know, I was joking.
So, yeah, okay.
Well, okay. Well, the audience can
I'm
see.
starting to sweat.
The audience can't see who we're swiping there, but if you want to get on Tinder, it's just a fun thing to do. I do know people who've started relationships because of seeing people on Tinder. It's a way to get out there really fast and be exposed to a lot of people. And when you travel, your Tinder matches come from wherever you happen to be. So Tinder is like,
It's like a game.
geolocated.
No, this guy looks like he should be liking boys. Okay.
Yeah.
continue.
If you're,
And he
Okay.
might. I don't
Oh,
know if you.
is that a naked person?
Oh, you just
Oh,
swiped.
shoot. Oh, no,
yes, and now Tiffany has
As a date.
has a date
I'm sorry,
with
I didn't know. I was trying to go back.
a creepy naked guy.
He's not naked, but he. Oh no.
Ah, that is too funny. See how hard it is? There's a lot
He's
that
gonna
goes
be-
into online
he's gonna
dating.
be naked.
I
This
would
guy's
I
kinda
would
cute.
recommend OkCupid is my favorite because you answer about 500 questions. Those that don't answer the questions, I will not reply to. Don't show off your cars, your jets, or
Oh, yeah.
their lack of that you're on.
Yeah, no, we talked about that. It's called qualifying yourself, and it's not.
That's
It
not
doesn't
real.
do what you,
You
think
don't need
it
to
is.
do that on a dating site.
Let them discover that you're awesome. Don't come out there and just be like if you're like, "Hi, I'm Michael Sartain, neurologist. Good to meet you." Like that's qualifying yourself. Let them discover that you have really cool traits about yourself instead of going out there and being like, "Let me tell you something, honey. I am the most humble guy you'll ever meet."
This
Like,
guy's
Yes.
not. This guy isn't. This guy's not. So not. Don't worry, I didn't swipe the other way. Look at that. Like it's.
and
that
then
guy,
it'll show how many pictures they have. So we'll go to the another one, and then we'll go like this.
Oh, geez, Louise, really?
Once
That's a
again,
prison.
it's the topless selfies
What
are
is it?
not so hot. 1 out of 5 pictures are okay if you're in a bathing suit out somewhere else. Get out of the bathroom.
Is that a prison tattoo?
I need. Hold on, wait.
Is that a prison
Did I put my topless selfie on mine? I don't think I did. No.
Do you have a lot of your
One of
lips?
them you're
because your
fine.
lips are the most beautiful lips I've ever seen ever.
No, I don't.
I
have-
would suck them, but I don't want to embarrass you or
He's
anything.
blushing. This
Like,
the
yay!
color of his
But,
microphone.
oh, they're
right
so
now.
beautiful. I wish I want to buy them. Seriously, I want to put them on my face. Give me your lips and stick them on my
We
face.
could probably use Microsoft or Adobe Illustrator and create something like that.
Well, gee, you're exciting. Thanks.
No, we could do
Now,
something
what
like that.
worked for me with online dating, how I was approached, and the craziest way I was approached is he did find a interest of mine, which was bucket list. And we did it right here live on the show. I was with a girlfriend of mine, Jessica and Michael, and having 2 of my best friends here. They're like, you're going to say yes. And he offered me tickets to Burning Man.
Oh, that's right. I remember this
Did you
whole
go?
fiasco. Yeah, she
Yes!
she sure did.
I
And-
did,
And she-
with the whole rule, we're going as friends and as
Right.
an adventure, as a bucket list host.
Right.
And we're still friends today.
Hey, do you know what the best
Oh.
thing about Burning Man is? The best part about waking up is Folgers in your butt.
Yes,
The
they have.
the
Have you ever been?
The coffee
No.
enema.
Yes,
They
you
give
can.
you coffee
It's
enemas?
camps. No, I didn't, but
Oh.
he was interested. He did ask me if I would go to a fisting camp with him, and I needed to
Wait a
remind him
second.
of no,
Wow.
we don't do that.
Is that? Oh, I don't really. They do that. At
Yes,
Burning Man?
it's Burning Man. They have different camps that you can set up
All right.
and go get your whatever washed or go pet furry animals in a big
Right.
box full of these things. It's a crazy experience, but it's something that we should all do.
I want to do it. Yeah, I want to do it. I want to go.
It's 10 days of hell and out in the middle of the desert, and you really.
And you smell.
Well, we had showers.
Oh, okay. I'm like, and you smell. No, we
But
should
they
do it
have
without
like
the showers.
they have like you can go through these different camps, and they actually had a taint wash. You just walk up and you bend over, and they hose you down
Yeah,
with a hose.
that would be a necessity. We in the military we call it feet, face, and furry places. Those are the places that you have to wash.
Wow.
Whenever they give you baby wipes because there's no showers when you're out doing survival school, so they tell you feet, face, and furry places. Those are the places you have to wash.
I can't
Furry
see some
places.
burly men like. Are
Bent
you
over.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you wash your furry places today, Michael?
That's not. It would be a little bit more vulgarity and about 4 octaves lower, and it'd be Captain Sartain. Are you an idiot? More like that.
Aw. So you had like a squirrel tail growing in there at that time.
Oh no.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just asking.
I was big on the baby wipes. Like trust
Okay.
me. Yeah.
That is so funny. What is some nightmare online dating stories?
This is a great topic, and this is why I made that video, Signs That You Might Be a Creeper. This is one of the things I ask girls a lot about because I'm always interested I'm very interested how men and women meet each other today because guess what? It's been different from 2005 to right now when you had MySpace. Things have changed.
A lot.
The way people, just in
Polygamy.
the last 10 years, things have changed massively about the way men and women are meeting and dating. And it is evolving faster than the human phenotype can evolve. So we don't know what we're doing. Like, we're just like, oh my God, all of a sudden now I have 5,000 friends. Most people don't have 5,000 friends in real life. They don't know. Your brain cannot hold actively more than 150 people in there at one time. So it's gotten to the point now where everybody thinks that they can date the hottest person in the world. Everybody wants to hit on celebrities, and everybody wants to date Brad and Angelina. And so it's caused a lot of strife and struggle. And listen, we still have the highest divorce rate in the entire world here in the United States.
I'm part of it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said fourth husband.
Yeah, I'm on husband number 4. There's a rule. After 3, shame on me. After 4, no more. Because I have a problem. I like being married,
Yeah.
but I just pick sucky ones. I mean, it's not, one of them actually was a best friend, and I married him, and I wasn't ready to be married to him, and I shouldn't have done it.
I've heard this before. I've heard the same thing.
And it happens.
Because you lose physical attraction. Like, it was somebody that you weren't that physically attracted to. I'm not saying this is your
Right.
situation.
No, that's what happened.
Yeah, and then but they were your best friends, so you thought that
Yeah.
it was just going to carry you through that, and it became kind of difficult. I mean, listen, physical attractiveness, I know this is difficult. Some people don't want to believe the world works this way, but physical attractiveness is another thing that's important.
So
if
how do
wanna
you
stay
find
married.
that online? When you meet someone when you're out, you
Right.
get that chemistry. You can smell the pheromones, and you get
Yes.
attracted. Your oxytocin is released 20 seconds after you give a hug.
And a kiss. I'm just saying.
Oh yes, kissing is so important. Eye contact is very important. We had just done a show about that.
Me and Tabitha are already experiencing oxytocin right now.
Yeah, we are. Look at us. Ooh.
Yeah.
Kiss those lips.
I'm in a threesome between these two right now.
She's the orchestrator.
La 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 la. Back to us. So you don't get to feel that animal drive. We've got a caller coming in right now. Who's calling? Are you there, caller?
Matt, I hope so.
Hello. How are you?
6 feet above ground and breathing, enjoying what you guys consider to be cold winter weather in Vegas.
Yes. It is cold out here today. Tabitha just tweeted that she had her juicy check. And what was it? What was on your Twitter?
Oh, about my heated seats were burning my butt.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that feeling after the
Yes.
gym.
No, guys, I just relocated from Philly. This isn't cold. Negative 32 in the middle of the night with 7 feet of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
That's cold.
That's
Yes, that
that's
is
definitely
cold. Could you turn the TV off in the background for us?
Sure, hold on one sec.
Is this Matt?
What is your name,
Sorry.
sir?
Is this Matt?
Matt?
Hey, yo, Matt. What's up, dog?
Yes, Tabitha.
Yeah, I
It's
wanna-
that Matt there.
Yeah, well, you know what, Matt? You have a story, and I think we need to hear it because
I have a story, yes.
But is it really good? I want to know how good this is. Like, I want to feel it in
good
my
Lord.
bones.
This was a long distance blind date hookup that I got set up on. God, back in 2002, and this is one of the reasons why I never jumped back into the online dating. Best friend of mine, I was at his wedding. His father wanted me to hook up with a friend of his daughter-in-law's that I have a mild cerebral palsy. I have a limp in my walk from reconstructive surgery, and at that point in time, everybody was like, "Oh, people thought it was cool that I dated my own kind." So this girl lived in Boston, Massachusetts, and we started communicating via email, via text, via phone for about 2 months, and things kind of got hot and heavy. I wasn't looking for anything serious. She kept pushing. I said, what the hell? After about a month of some hot phones, I had some money coming in from some consulting work and said, why don't I make a trip up the weekend? And she started freaking out. And, a buddy of mine was like, dude, you sent her pictures and whatnot. You got to get a photo. And she had told me that she was a size 6. And got there. She sent me a photo. You couldn't really tell what, I don't care what somebody looks like on the outside. It's, what's on the inside matters to me. One of the reasons why I love Tabitha so much, and we've been friends for so long, she broke my dick on camming one time and told the whole internet repeatedly. But I
Matt,
got
we're not going to discuss this. I did not break his penis. It was a joke. Matt, stop it. I never broke. They're all looking at me like, what did you do?
My producer is dying laughing right now.
I did. He's like, how did you break it? No, Matt. What I want to know though, okay, because they're only limited. We're limited on time. So when you met this person, so this person was not the person you thought this person was going to be at all.
Correct.
Well, you know what the statistics are on. Thank you, Matt, so much for calling in. We appreciate this.
And I won't break your penis again, I promise.
So the statistics are.
Oh yeah. So women will lie about their weight, and men will lie about their height. So Match.com. When you think about it, Match.com has millions of people who put these profiles in, correct? Mm-hmm. And so they have incredible sociological data to actually tell whether or not people lie about shit. Right. And they do. Men tend to say they're 2 inches taller than they are. Women tend to say that they're thinner than they are. And they found, as far as a level of attractiveness, that having blonde hair is equal to having a graduate degree.
Oh, wow. That's a good thing I bleached my hair back to my natural color because, it was black for so long.
Wow. So it's equal. Okay, so there we go.
For a man. So for
all of a sudden now everybody's going to be blonde online.
Right.
I know, really?
Right. And so the thing is, one of the problems is there were some psychologists that published some of this data about what type of women that were found attractive, and there was a lot of people who were very offended by it because they didn't like the idea of the fact that certain types of women got more interest than others, meaning skinny blondes, and so that made a lot of people.
They don't like me.
By psychologists, I specifically mean Satoshi Kanazawa, the guy who wrote Why Beautiful People Have More Daughters, and so what ends up happening is, listen, I don't write the rules. I talk about what is. I don't talk about what ought. But there's certain things that in society generally come off as more attractive, and then we judge them. But I mean, it's just the way things are. And so, I like girls that are fit. I know there's some guys who like girls who are just skinny. I know there's some guys who don't care about a girl's shape
at all. It's all
about
the base.
Right.
Oh, I don't have the base. What's the treble? Is that the... Really, they never really say.
Is there a treble?
Yeah, that's what they say in the song.
Yeah.
Well, we're hoping to make a big difference with this. Friday night over at Hearthstones, we'll be doing a singles mixer and our online show that will be on social media over there at Red Rock every Friday evening. This is a great opportunity to come in and meet each other physically.
Yes.
After meeting each other online. You've got a place to come on in and meet others. Great environment.
And security will be there just in case they end up being a complete creeper.
Yes, my recent online date, that I went out on didn't last more than 30 minutes, and I was just out that night. And, not feeling depressed, I made the decision in our conversation within the first 30 minutes. Yeah. It's his sexual preference. It's not mine. But and kind of let them know after you're talking possibly a little bit on some big important things, like you're looking for a girl to be with other girls with you.
Wait, is that what
or
happened?
That you're, that was just recently. And another, issue was another guy is very bisexual.
Okay.
And I have enough competition as it is.
You don't need
And I was not going to compete against any men out there, too. It's one thing when a hot girl walks into the room, but then constantly you're wondering, does he want this man for his money now, or does he really want this man?
Wow.
So I couldn't go there. That should be something else, too, on this dating sites. Buy or try.
or try. Oops.
It's in my thing, It's in my whole profile in OkCupid. Match.com was good. I was successful on it for a bit. Probably had the longest relationships that I've had through Match.com.
Yeah, I did that for a while because Los Angeles is a miserable dating town, so I was on Match for a while.
Well, I like
feel
to see people
bad.
meet in person
I never got
and
to
play
do
Cupid
it.
for a while and go around and sing songs with words and hang out. And there's shuffleboard there. And when we're finished with the show over at Hearthstone, we'll go work it off over at Zoe Bowie. And if there's a real connection,
And I'll be there dancing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make sure that everybody gets together, too. Can I get together with
Yes.
these people? Well, I won't get together with them. But I'll be like, what a nice couple you make. You guys might want to rethink that.
We were just at Zoe Bowie last Friday.
This might not work.
This was
Between
very
the two of
interesting.
you, this
Having her
might
as
not.
my friend going out is hysterical because they'll announce that she's in the house on the microphone, and before you know it, there's never fails going out with her. Somebody comes up and asks for a picture with her, and this was a husband.
Yes.
And 10 minutes later, come here, I want you to meet my wife.
I know. And she's just like, oh, who are you? And I'm like, oh, my gosh. I'm like, I'm Tabitha.
She's the one responsible for your kids today.
Oh, no. And there's so many of them, and they should have probably named them after me. But, I really don't want to take that responsibility, so I do apologize to everyone who named their kid Tabitha or Stephen or Stevens or anything like that.
Yeah, there you go. So that was it's interesting. So it's like, where do you go with online dating and approaching? So we've already gone through these rules of have more than just a hi or a hello, and please, after 5 to 10 times, do not try it again on Facebook if we're not replying to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of
Why would
my female friends will tell you that you're just not going to get their attention on Facebook or Instagram. Like when you imagine, like on Instagram, I have friends with over 100,000 friends, and then you start sending them the private messages. It's not even that they like you or don't like you; they just cannot physically get to your message. There's just too many messages. I have friends. I had my ex. It was like 10 years ago on her MySpace. She checked her MySpace on my laptop, and she had 1,100 friend requests and 1,700 messages. And I'm like, I was mad at her one time for not texting me back. I'm like, I understand why she wasn't texting me back. So guys, you have to understand that. So how do you get around that? You have a cool life where you bump into them at a charity event or some sort of social engagement. Tonight, the work hard.
Invite them out if you're interested. Don't start with a simple hi, hey, yo, you hot.
Ugh.
Kick it off right off the bat. You're not losing anything saying,
yo,
listen,
you hot is
I
absolutely money.
I have it. I have it. But
Yo, you
there's
hot.
a lot
I
of
want a
them too
t-shirt
that are
that says, yo,
from
you
India,
hot.
and they're not. They're bored and they just
Right.
want to make friends.
Say
And those are
shouty.
the ones that send me the smiley faces,
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh, this smiling
which we
faces.
said is a shark with the clown's face on.
Yes.
Be careful of those.
Yes.
To go and just take that chance. You're not going to be hurt if she says, no, you're not available on Thursday night to go meet over at a Rock and Roll Wine. Okay, we have one more caller. If you could please make sure the background noise is off. Who's calling? Caller?
Hi, yes, this is Reggie.
Hi, Reggie.
How you doing? I'm a first-time caller. I was just showing support for Tabitha Stevens.
Is this Reginald Reg? Like Reg?
Yes, twice off
What's
on
up,
Twitter.
baby? What are you doing? See, I
She
can say that
replies
to
to
you.
all of her tweets, and she
Hello.
has a relationship with her Twitter followers.
I do. How are you,
Yeah,
babe?
she's amazing. She's cool. I
thank you.
listen to her podcast, and she always makes me laugh on that show, and it's always smart, too, as well. And I've been noticing tweets and everything. I always comment on her pictures and such. But I just wondering what she's been up to.
What
it's
do
been a while.
you post to her that makes her comment on social media, Reggie? What are things that you're posting
well,
that
just
gets her
comments
attention?
about well, comments about a picture saying how beautiful she looks, and
He's very sweet. Very,
like
very sweet.
I'm a fan of her podcast, as well as her husband. They're definitely a pretty cool like duo. Yeah, it's good interaction there.
So compliments.
And see, and that
yeah,
works
basically.
for
Yeah.
then that works for people who are dating. So let's say I was single, that's somebody like Reg that I would say, you know what, this is a good guy because he's always polite, always nice.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah.
that's important, I think.
Same way that you
Yeah,
and the
I do.
Facebook girls that were liking your post or commenting, that made you feel more comfortable to go out and ask them out.
And like if you look at my message lines, you'll see that there's nothing really sexual about it at all. It's basically like, you know, I invite them to say when we went up to the Mount Charleston to look at the moon, something like that, where it's going to be something I'm really super interested in,
And it was
it's
a
really
group?
fun. Yeah,
It was
and
a group?
and
It
it's a
wasn't
group,
like,
and
Meet me in the woods to look at the moon.
Hey, do you want to come out in the woods with me?
Oh.
I
We're
got
going to
it.
go watch the blood moon.
Yeah,
Oh, my
alone.
goodness.
Do you have
Yeah,
any
it's
horror
just cool
stories?
Do you have any stories, Reg?
Oh, me?
Like horror stories? Like
Do you online date?
No, I don't online date. I'm tempted to kind of branch out. So
I
don't
think
have
you
any, I guess,
should.
or online dating. Yeah. It'd be pretty cool to try that out and kind of see what else is out there. I mean, I've done the regular dating, but it'd be kind of interesting to do that.
Well,
And,
it's a
like I
great-
said, thanks for taking my call.
Absolutely,
Yeah, thank you for
Reggie.
taking the call. I didn't
I'm
realize I
giving
was
you
like
a
the last
kiss.
call, and like I said, I was just exploring Tabitha. It's good hearing from you, and this is pretty cool.
Right on. I'm giving you a kiss. Mwah.
Thank you.
You better catch that.
And,
Did you catch it? Did you catch it?
Yeah, it's
Catch
pretty
it?
cool topic.
Catch
I
it.
wish I could-
Catch it.
It's not
Reg,
like Ebola. You
Reg,
can just catch that.
Reg,
It's fine.
Reg, catch that kiss and swallow it and go, I got Tabitha in me.
I
got
caught
Tabitha
it.
in me.
I
Okay.
definitely got it. Thank you.
Right on.
First we got it.
Well, Tabitha's going to be coming back on our show a lot, so stay tuned with us over here with All New Media and Now Talk. Thanks for calling in, Reggie.
Thank you, Reg.
You know what? This is brings up a really good point, guys. There's two things you should not do, and I hear this complaint very often. Don't say we're gonna go meet a group of my friends, and then she shows up to the restaurant and it's just you two, and then it ends up being a date, like the surprise date. I've heard this complaint more than probably any other one, where a guy's like, hey, yeah, the guy said we're all going to hang out. A big group of us are going to the movies, or a big group of us are going out to a club or whatever, and I show up and it's just him and me. Don't do that, guys, because it screams like manipulation and like creepiness. The other thing is there's these copy and paste guys who go out and just write really lascivious things to women over and over again, and it's just, and then you'll look at the line and it's just guy, and
Because
there's no
we're
reply.
cyber stalkers, we're going to check you out.
Oh yeah, I will go on their page and I will see that, like I do on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're my favorite. You're this or that. Or when people are trying to get money, when those big things trying to, oh, somebody's sick, or do my Kickstarter. I look to see who they go after,
Right.
because then it's kind of like,
Right.
like really, okay.
And on the other side of that, I would not recommend, depending on what kind of relationship that you've had online for a while, when you take that particular date with you out with a group, give that person attention all night long. Not in a creepy status way, always touching unless she's comfortable
Wait,
with
you can
it.
do that again.
But there's a way to make them feel like they are a part of the group, since they are a stranger coming in. Make sure that you're not going around hugging everyone, qualifying yourself.
Yes.
Oh, this is my friend. This is my best friend. This is my whatever. And yeah, make sure that you give her or him the attention
Make them feel
that
special.
they had. Yes.
Right. Well, yeah, you need to feel
That's
special.
the danger of going with a group. So just go with the group for like an hour and then get off from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the group thing. Here's what I found to be the easiest is if you find something that you're passionate about or really enjoy, and then you take them in there with that. So it could be you go shooting, you go hiking, you go, watch the blood moon, whatever it is. If you do that with something that you would have done anyway, and then you bring them along for it, they feel a lot less pressure, and it feels a lot less like a date. This is just my personal opinion. The 1950 style, sitting across from somebody with candlelight and having the waiter come up and ask you for what wine selection you want, that type of date for a first date, I understand that it's a romantic fantasy, but it is not the most efficient way to date.
Yeah, it actually,
It becomes an
I
interview.
turn those down more. Michael and I are going on a cruise in 48 hours, and I'm really nervous. I'm going to start it off with a singles event in New Orleans. Very excited about that. We'll be at the House of Blues and run up and down Bourbon Street, and glad to
I'm
go.
sad. I want to
And
go.
Just
home.
go. Just go.
I can't. I just can't.
She's
go.
shooting a
I'm shooting
horror movie.
film.
Yeah. And then
I'm a
after
star.
that, we are on a singles cruise to meet 100 other singles and network with them. And going to Cozumel, Belize, Raton, Honduras, and Costa Mesa.
Wait, is it Costa Mesa again?
Yeah, it's spelled M-E-S-A.
Oh, I keep thinking
it's Costa Maya.
California.
Okay. Sorry, it's Mexico. Maya. I did it again.
I'm like,
but last time we said that it was in California, right?
Costa Mesa is in California.
Yeah,
I know.
But
I'm
then
like,
why aren't they doing it with a Maya? It's California. Anyway, we're going to be over there. And we'll be broadcasting live from a few of those ports. So make sure to stay tuned to our new channel that I'll be tweeting out and putting out on social media. So follow Tiffany Masters on Twitter, and that's going to be our best way. I love the fact that we've got Wi-Fi across the world. You know, it's easier. My phone now can go Wi-Fi to make calls.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So it's not roaming in
Yeah.
Belize and snorkeling and sharks and stuff. I'm scared to death. I've never been on a cruise.
You never. Oh, that's right. You were saying. See, I have.
My heart is beating right now.
Yeah,
Just
this
thinking
is-
Wait,
about
let
it.
me touch it.
It is.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
And we...
Wait,
yeah.
let me touch yours.
Oh,
You guys-
oh, we're going to do
Wait,
that?
wait.
Here we go.
Wait, let me feel the abs. Wait. Oh,
Oh.
look at that.
Oh, no.
We should have
She's
an
got
ab
amazing
off.
Oh,
abs.
we're gonna have an ab off. I think you would beat me in an ab off.
I don't know. All right, maybe.
She's been
Yeah.
planking a lot. Well, we have got an exciting week ahead of us here in Vegas where we're going to be over at, we're going to go see the Prince
Yeah.
tribute show tonight.
Mhm. Yes, we are. We've
And
been
go
going
see-
out every night.
Every single night. She comes to visit me in Vegas. She's like,
Yes.
my God, I'm going to need a vacation after vacation. But you living in Utah right now, you need this.
Oh, yes, I do. I do. Because there's no stoplight in my town.
Wow.
Yeah. There's
Can you
900
imagine?
people
Wow.
in my town.
Yeah, I ignore most of the stoplights here, so it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but this is just you go in one end, go, and there, you cannot get gas off of the This is off the I-70 for 100 miles in
Oh
either
my
direction.
gosh.
That's where the middle of where I'm at.
That's the middle
Look
of the
at
middle
your
of nowhere.
face.
Oh my God, and I complained in Kansas that Starbucks was 18 miles away.
Oh yeah, you know how long it takes me to get to Starbucks? Oh my gosh! But we have the haunted hotel. That's where I'm shooting the horror film. My own hotel. So we're going to be shooting this crazy horror film and getting ready to, take control over the horror market. No, I'm joking.
The horror market. You go, girl.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
We have had so much fun talking about all your dating experiences and your ex-boyfriends in dating,
Yes.
from Judd Nelson and Charlie Sheen and so many.
Well, Mike Tyson. did
Not
anything.
calling her any names.
Oh my gosh.
That came out really funny.
I'm like, oh, don't say anybody's name. It's in the book.
It's in the book.
Yeah.
Our point is Tabitha's in the middle of writing a book, and I'm sure you've got that going on
And-
very well
and
out there in Utah.
I
Not
can
much to do.
I can review the book and put it on my book club. So
That's right.
So you got to hurry up and let me know when the book comes out, and I will.
I know. We're working on it now, but
Okay.
it's insane. Like these stories are just like
She journaled 100 notebooks
Mm-hmm.
full of 15 years of a career right there.
Yes.
It's all journaled, and
I
we
have it.
can't wait for this all
have
to
it
come
written
out.
down.
Sounds like blackmail, but I guess we're just gonna make a book out of it.
yes, no, but you know what? I will. There are certain people that I will keep their names out of it. You know, I might use an initial or something or hint about something. There are people that I will definitely talk about, but I'm going to be
Like the
respectful.
black man on the bottom of the Crazy Horse.
You mean Mike Tyson? Yeah, it's a true story. It's okay. We all know.
She slept with Mike Tyson on the
Yeah.
floor of Crazy Horse years ago.
Crazy Horse 1. That's how long ago that was. That was like in 1991. I'm sorry, 1991. I did.
This person will not be named. We'll just call her Miffany Masters. And
Well, you missed last week's show. She totally came
I
out
know I
because
came
we were
out
talking
and
about.
talked about it, but I wasn't Tabitha Stevens then. I was myself, I guess. God, it's so confusing being two people. But I was a stripper. Go figure. And Mike came in the club, and he was friends with the management, and I was like the girl. It was like being the diamond in the coal mine. Like at that place, because it was Crazy Horse 1.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
no, we know.
Anyway, so it was pretty funny. So he came in, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Mike Tyson. They're like, do you want to meet him? I'm like, sure. And then I did. And then they're like, oh, why don't you guys just hang out in the office? And I'm like, okay. And then the next thing you know, bam, on the floor. And
she's like, this is the guy, you know, the Holyfield, the ear. They're like,
this is
hello, I had to.
I think it
Yeah,
was
this is 91. Like what you said. Yeah, this is way before that.
Way before that.
I mean,
and then I went to the Ruddock fight after that because I became friends with this trainer, Richie Giacchetti. So Richie and I used to just hang out all the time.
Was this the one where he got DQ'd, the first Razor Ruddock fight?
I don't know if this was the first. I'll show you a picture of my laminate. They gave me a media badge, and they had me sitting up front where the judges were.
I think we need to have her on the boxing show. That would be hilarious.
That would be so funny.
I'd be like, yeah, and then I slept with Mike Tyson underneath the Crazy Horse.
Oh, no.
And then you see him like, Dante would be
to
like,
go back on
what?
last week's show, so make sure to watch last week's show when Tabitha was calling in from Utah. We were talking about racism and all, and that's how that was brought up, because you were accused of being racist for not sleeping on film, but you had paced your career for so long and say, hey, I'm not racist.
Right.
I did this and this and this. And that's how that was brought up.
And finally, I came out.
Hey, by the way, not having sex with people
does not make you a racist.
You can choose to not have sex with who. Like, do you guys know 99.99999% of the population I don't want to have sex with? That does not make me a bigamist or a racist. I just don't. There's very few people that I want to have sex with. Okay, that doesn't make someone a racist. That's a pretty. That's come on.
Good point.
Right, but that's the thing. And well, in that career, it's tough because you're like, well, why aren't you doing interracial films? I was going to, and I did actually did a movie. But the point was, I was pacing my career, and nobody understood that.
Yeah, you can't give it all up in the first week, of course. Yeah, no,
but
I'm
on Howard Stern, and they called me out on it. And
she's been on Howard Stern 27 times.
That's just
he's looking
That's
for
about 27 times more than me, I think. Yeah,
but
that's about right.
But the crazy thing was with Mike is I had never said anything until a couple of years ago, because Mike came out and said he was addicted to sex and he had slept with all these women. I'm like, you know what? I talked about it on Howard. We brought it up, and I was okay with that. But I would have never said that, because to me, that's nobody's business.
Yeah, I brought that up before. Also, like,
you slept with him too?
No, it was.
That was that 0.%.
I was pretty drunk. You know, we were in the crazy, Crazy Horses wild back then. No, did not sleep with Mike Tyson. But the point I was making is, guys, stop bragging about who you're having sex with, because the thing is, one of the things that if women want to have sex with you, they don't want to be judged. That's one of the fastest ways to make a woman who likes you to not like you. And so one of the ways to not to come off as a judgmental guy is if you don't talk about who you have sex with, then the women know they're not going to be judged. If they understand that being with you is something that can be discreet, then that's better off for them.
That's your personal sex life. That's your personal. Yeah. That's, you go to the bathroom and you shower one way, and sex is just the same. It's private.
That's like being on film and being in my private life. And everybody's always curious as to, well, what's it like? Because you see how I am on film, and I talk dirty. I'm a mess. I'm crazy. But in my personal life, my husband really totally isn't into that. Every now and again, he might be into that. But, he doesn't want that. And to me, then I'm like, oh.
But do you feel like he doesn't want that because he feels like you're turning into Tabitha?
Maybe. I don't know. But he's just kind of cool like that. I mean, there are times when I'll do some weird, funky stuff. But normally, no, it's just more of just a real sex.
That's another pickup line. Do not... I have guys ask me out, and they always try to say, I'm going to take you away. I'm going to take that phone of yours away. I'm going to take your makeup off and put your hair in a ponytail. We're going to throw some tennis shoes on, and we're going to go hiking.
People say that to you?
You're going to take her. You're going to take her hair away? That sounds like sexual assault to me. Taking her hair away?
And I get very defensive, like, don't you touch my phone. That is a part of me.
Yeah, that's your life.
And that's just, so that's not a way to.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Let a girl suggest those kind of things when it comes to that, because you're taking actually our part of us away. Any more things that we'd like to discuss that's going on before we leave town? We've got Jared coming in next week, Jared Singer, and we'll also be broadcasting some live shows from Belize,
from the Gulf of Mexico.
I gotta hear this. I'm so excited. I gotta hear this. This is gonna be great.
We are nervous. I'm gonna be like.
I'm not nervous. I'm excited.
I'm gonna be yellow getting off that boat. He's gonna be like seasickness patches for me or
You'll
something.
be having drama. You'll be all woo, hey.
I've already had a creeper contact me through Facebook on this cruise saying, do you have any physical late night bucket list to achieve?
That person needs to be kicked in the ball.
Guys, listen to me. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. Like, just because you feel overt attraction for a woman does not mean that she's just gonna, because they're wired different. They're not gonna feel the same thing. Like you're ready to make those sexual advances on Tiffany without knowing her.
I bite because I stink really bad
because she has estrogen and 2X chromosomes. She doesn't work that way. She needs some context to get to know whether or not she's attracted to you. I mean, this is like basic physiology 101. Like, so she's not going to work that same way. So that advance, it's not only that it never works, it works in the opposite direction. Like, it actually ruins it for you. So stop doing that. Understand that social media, it's like when I give someone a calling card, if I give somebody my card, it's not like, this is my card. This is two-dimensional piece of paper is my existence. No, I am me. This card is here to give you more information to supplement your idea of me, and then you can learn more about me and decide if you like me or not. But the thing is, you guys are using social media to try to generate attraction. Right. That is a mistake. Like, use social media to find out where the cool kids are. Like tonight at Light, where all the cool kids will be. Use the social media to find out about these events, and then meet those people face to face. And then you'll find that you don't need to use creepy messages on social media to get a date. You can just be that cool guy in person. Mm-hmm. Use social media to keep up with them, and then I like to use social media to be like, are you close with your family? Here's picture of somebody in my family. Do you like science? This is something I like about with science. So that's what you use it for, instead of trying to generate attraction by saying dirty shit to girls online. That doesn't work. And if it does work, trust me, she's not attracted to you. She's trying to get some money out of you. So stop.
So start coming to our singles mixers that we have provided for you to meet each other. And Tabitha's going to be a big part of this coming up.
I'm excited.
Yay. And thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
And she'll be calling in from Utah, and we'll see you here December 17th, December 20th. Are you in town?
I am.
Okay.
Tabitha, what's the name of your podcast?
It's the Tabitha Stevens podcast on tabithatv.com.
Okay.
tabithatv.com.
Can we get it on the podcast app?
Yeah.
Okay, so check it out. You get it on Stitcher if you have an Android, or go to the podcast app and get the tab. I'm going to go download it right now and listen to it for sure.
It's pretty fun.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. And next time you'll see us, we're going to have a tan and a sunburn.
I got one genetically because I'm Colombian.
I spray tan today.
So, yeah.
We'll be seeing you out of country.
This one doesn't come off. This one is just brown forever.